3 months ago, I got an email. An email that said I was accepted. Accepted into Overcrest Rally, and I bought my ticket. But it was more than just the ticket for admission to the rally. It was a ticket to make a parts run to California. Ticket to revive the drivetrain, my faithful GC8. Ticket to learn about wiring. A ticket to strip the car down to its bare shell. And get it to a point where I can clean it up and bring it back better than ever. It was a ticket to create and realize a goal. One I wasn't even sure that I could accomplish in time. The spin of a ratchet and the groan of tired hardware. The machine was brought down to its bare essence. I committed to the project. I said goodbye to my summer and my social life. And I hope like hell that my wife, my family, and my friends would understand my absence over the next few months. I said that no matter what, if I make the goal or not, I'll still leave this garage a better man than when I came in. And I try to take pride in feeling as though I made that happen to some extent. I have problems staying organized and focused, sometimes motivated in life. And this garage is where those problems get the door slammed in their face. I wanted to stop more than once. I fought setbacks, wrong parts, I got sick, I smashed my knuckles, I bashed my head, I hurt my back, and I wanted to stop, but I never did. I went through all the sleepless nights, all the lost time, things not fitting correctly. I went through it all. I fought right down to the last minute. Got the car on its feet. Sent it off to get properly tuned and ready to run. And brought it home. Got it ready for the highway. I packed my bags. And I hit the road.
You may have noticed by the pilot sign, but I'm in the USA. Welcome back to Days Off, by the way. Got the GC8 going. Buttoned everything up I could. I'm trying to get to Overcrest Day 0 right now, but it's been a hell of a journey to get the car moving, and it is moving, but it only likes to go 60 miles an hour. Otherwise, it vibrates like fucking crazy. It's really bad. I suspect the drive shaft is either out of balance or it's clocked incorrectly. I have a one-piece drive shaft made by Pat's and Port Kells, and I've had success with them before. I've never had a bad drive shaft from them, so with 3 other cars. I don't know. I'm gonna hit a Harbor Freight that's close by here and then maybe jack up the back, take the drive shaft out, clock it again, and see if it fixes it or changes it. Try to identify it at least. I can go 60. I'm gonna keep going. If the car explodes, I'll pout on the side of the road as opposed to pouting in the garage, so we'll see what happens. But welcome back, guys. Happy to be here. Even though we're going slow, we're still going. And this thing looks awesome. I'm pretty happy with it, even though I didn't get to paint it or really clean it up. But man, is it a rocket ship. We got the aux beam panel controlling the fan and the fog lights. JDM wideband, no stereo. This is my stereo. It's a driving car now. It's not a pretty car. I actually don't know where I am. Pulled over to grab a jack from our good old Harbor Freight, which is where I got these wrenches. Harbor Freight does not have jack stands that I can use because my pinch welds are flat. So Everett down the road has some. I think if I can get those, get to a dry spot, jack up the car, unbolt the drive shaft, twist it, and then maybe clock it the right way, get it to set in the flange. There's a little detent in the flange that it's supposed to set in, so it might be just out of that, I don't know. Compounding that, there's an issue with the high pressure turbo line, oil line. It's leaking really bad, enough that if it keeps going, it's gonna loosen up and, you know, spurt oil everywhere on a hot turbo and cause a fire, so I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna try and tighten it right now and see if I can get any more snug. I was expecting way worse weather, but this isn't actually that bad. At least I'm on the road. I hope I can figure this stuff out, because I can't have oil dripping all over hot stuff and potential fire hazards when I'm in the middle of nowhere. I got a kid on the way, I'm not gonna take that risk. I'd like to meet my daughter, so. I got like 15 minutes to get to Everett Harbor Freight, where they have the jack stands I need. So I'll throw those under the car in the parking lot, try and twist the drive shaft around, and see if I can fix that at least. I gotta find a crow's foot socket end to try and tighten that oil line, otherwise not gonna have much to do about that. Still moving. Creepy lighting. Woo! Just on the outskirts of Yakima. We'll call it a night. It's 1:15, and I'm gonna try and wake up early, fiddle with the drive shaft, and then hit the road. Try to be out of here well before noon so that I can make it to Lupo Motors before registration for day 0 closes. Aside from the oil leak and the vibrations and stuff, not a bad day. Car did all right, and you know, it's still a lot of fun. I'm gonna hit the hay. Catch you later. Good morning from Yakima, Washington. I am up here at the hotel walk. Got a good night's sleep, and I'm about to try to attempt a parking lot fix on the drive shaft and see what happens. So, got my new Daytona aluminum jack from Harbor Freight. My lightweight race jack, and I got some jack stands, so hopefully we can make it work. Anyway, let's do this. Alright, so checked it out. I don't have a 1/2 inch. I have allometric. I didn't bring any SAE wrenches, so I can't even get the bolts I used off. So I checked it though. It looks like it's almost centered. It might be off just a little bit. It's not moving or anything like that. It's good. Everything else is solid, so I'm gonna continue on. But I mean, I don't know. It seems fine, so just continue on to Overcrest. fine. Whatever. Get a drive shaft when I get home. I don't know what happened. I just all of a sudden relaxed and I don't give a shit. This is so much fun. This car is speedy and sketchy. I love it. Overcrest, here we come. Finally. All right, made it to Boise. I'm like 2 miles from the meetup at Lupo to register for day 0, check the diff temp, and then head over to the meetup. So that was a good run. I'm really happy that the car made it. My goal was to make it to Overcrest, and I've got 2.4 miles to accomplish that. So anything after this is an absolute bonus, even if I break down. See you guys over there. They're giving out free beer. All right, made it to Lupo Motors in Boise, and got registered for day 0. I think it's like 2 hours from here, so I gotta find a place to stay nearby where it kicks off. But tomorrow's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of gravel. I'm still vibrating from the drive shaft shaking the entire car, so I'm a little bit wired. But having a beer, and there's a lot of cool cars here, so take a quick walk around and check them out. Last service stop of the night. Just topped up on gas, got some firewood. I'm actually going out to Leslie Gulch boat ramp, can't talk. There's a campground there that's like first come first serve. Hopefully there's a spot. I'm gonna roll in and just get a fire going and chill and call it an early night. Should be in bed before midnight. And the rally kicks off at 7 a.m. so I'm gonna be right there. I've got a little bit of food and some iced coffee drinks in the cooler, so I can skip the coffee in the morning and just go straight to the start. I figure if I gotta wake up and take a 2-hour drive in the morning, I risk being late, so I'd rather just be right there. It's literally at the location, so I'm just gonna sleep in the car. I'm probably stupid for doing this, but whatever. It's been really fun. The car is, it's doing decent, and I'm happy I made it. Everything now is just a bonus. So I got my sick Overcrest Rally stickers on, and I'm happy. I'm glad that this is all done. So me and the GC checking out for now, and I'll see you probably at our campsite. This is really fun.
Get ready for when you get back to Seattle.
Yeah.
Or best keep it in your garage.
Pardon the yelling, it's loud in here. On the last 6.2 miles for the day, absolutely epic. I can't even explain it. This was perfect. And still 2 days left. Going down to Haynes Steakhouse where we got a free meal waiting for us with some beer, and there's gonna be a bunch of cool cars there. We're joining up with everybody that's doing the day 1 of the rally, and everybody that's on day 0 as well will be there. So it's gonna be an awesome evening. So glad, so glad I kept going. I kept pushing through all the parts bullshit, all the setbacks, everything, just to get to here. And this is all a bonus. If I made it to Overcrest, that was good enough. All this is just extracurricular now. Love you guys, see you later.
Day 1 of the rally brought us up to Anthony Lakes Resort, outside of Haines, Oregon. With frost, ice, and snow, made for a beautiful drive up in the morning, culminating at the top at an old ski resort where people chose one of 2 routes, whether they wanted to take part in some gravel driving or just enjoy scenic views. Having taken part in day 0 and getting a ton of gravel time, I opted for taking the scenic route. As we wound our way out of the mountains, headed down, made our way into a place called Sumter, Oregon. After some breakfast and a coffee, I hit the road on my own, as my friends had left something back where we had stopped earlier. And I proceeded to have one of the best drives I've ever had in the GC8 on pavement. With an R31 Skyline in tow, we made use of every corner and ended up at this incredibly picturesque roadside coffee stop. Sort of a Cars and Coffee that Haggerty had put on. Of course, I had to climb the hill to take a look around, and the views did not disappoint. After a couple donuts next to the John Day River, made my way through the canyon and out into the open country. All right, first casualty of Overcrest Rally for the GC. Nothing major. The main bolt here holds the lateral link, and the toe adjustment, I guess, backed off a little bit. It was getting pretty spicy on some corners. So we're just gonna tighten it up. Hopefully that kills the excess vibration. I was getting more vibration than the drive shaft on the last little stint, so I think that's probably why. So I'm gonna tighten it up and see if it fixes it. What's that?
Everything all good?
Yeah, lateral link and the main bolt here came loose, so I'm just...
You need a hand with anything, or you good?
got a little bit extra vibrating on the last stint, so I was like,
Gotcha.
better check.
Yeah, no. Good choice.
All right, pit stop is somewhat complete. Loose bolts on the lateral links and the main bolt for the toe adjustment and everything, so snug those up. Dug some rocks out of everywhere, and I think I'm good to hit the road. Very serene, picturesque countryside, but the situation is not that. After fixing the lateral link issue, tightening everything up, started up the car, and I got a really bad squeak and tap. It's running okay, but the noise is really, really bad, and I think I smoked a bearing or spun a bearing or something's wrong with the valve train. It's not good. I'm limping the car. I got 25 miles to get to a U-Haul. They have a box truck and a trailer, and I'm gonna try to just trailer it on the. I'll trailer it to the film fest of the rally and to my stop tonight, and that's kind of it. 11 miles to go. 2 miles, 1.9 miles. So close. I know it says Polaris, but it's the U-Haul dealer that I was coming to. I feel like a dummy right now. I just got here, prepared to rent a truck and trailer and drive this thing on a trailer, and prepared to drive this thing on a trailer all the way home. And then I looked over the engine bay one more time, just because that's what I do. And I got an aluminum skid plate that is one that I made that, you know, has standoff and gap between the oil pan and everything. There's rocks jammed between it and the oil pan. And what rocks do when they grind on aluminum, they squeak. And if they're loose, they rattle. Ugh. I'm pretty sure it's fine, so I'm gonna take it easy and just drive the car to Madras where the rally ends up tonight, meet up with some friends. Let's go. Guys, I tell you, this entire journey just continues to be like unreal with the emotional discrepancy. An hour ago, I thought my motor was smoked, and some rocks jammed between a few, between a rock and a hard place is where the skid plate and the oil pan were. And kicked out the rocks, the noise is gone. I am so relieved. I also feel really dumb, but you know what? Still driving, we're still moving forward. Even though I had been separated from the group and was now making my own way through the backcountry of Oregon, I made the most of every little view I could, every little twist and turn. I was so happy that the car was fine and that I'm just an idiot and nothing was actually wrong. Made my way towards Madras through a few small towns, saw some cool places. Got a hotel for the night and some food, and got ready for the last day of Overcrest. The last day of Overcrest started with a beautiful sunrise over a crisp fall morning in the plains of Oregon. The prospect of the rally ending was a bit heavy on the heart, but knowing that the day would be full of epic drives, I was eager and very happy to be where I was at. With Kyle leading the group in his Audi Quattro, we headed down into the Deschutes River Valley. We crossed over at one of the reservoirs and made our way up the other side. As it turns out, day 2 of the rally coincided with a solar eclipse that I had only just learned about the night before. It was a real treat to witness it out in the middle of nowhere, the mountains of Oregon, with all these cool people, great cars, great scenery. With our rally party formed up, we hit the gravel. Our group had taken a shortcut that allowed us to take some extra time to hang out for our lunch stop, and then we made our way back into the mountains, heading towards the greater Portland area. The roads wound their way through beautiful fall colors, and burnt forests and gorgeous river valleys. We even spent some time hunting for a waterfall that we did eventually find, but unfortunately it was just not what we had expected. So throwing the drone in the air, did our best to get a better look. Eventually, after traversing several rural areas, hundreds of miles of gravel, and beautiful countryside, pulled into the Overcrest Film Fest. Put on the backdrop of an awesome salvage yard slash lumber yard slash mechanic shop. The guys from Overcrest did an amazing job organizing this congregation of people who love driving,
love getting out and exploring and enjoying these old cars the way they're supposed to be enjoyed. This entire experience was very eye-opening, as it was a different kind of rally. It was different from anything else I had done. It was definitely the goal I needed to get the GC8 finished and get out on the road.